Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, the largest search engine for wristwatches and official retailers. And with me now on Baselworld 2018 is Ricardo Guadalupe, the CEO of Hublot. A very warm welcome, Ricardo.
Thank you, Alexander. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Ricardo, we know each other for a pretty long time now, and Hublot is evolving so quickly in being active in so many different fields, sports, activities. Can you try, because I think a lot of our viewers are wondering, where is Hublot not yet? Can you try to give us a kind of a little summary in which fields you are active as a brand and sponsoring or having testimonials? Do you know all your...
More or less, I know, of course.
Tell me, it's interesting.
Well, I would say we have two main pillars about our partnership. One is football, and this year is going to be the World Cup in Russia, and we are the official timekeeper of the FIFA World Cup. And the other one is Ferrari. So that's really our two main pillars in partnership. One is brand awareness, because thanks to football and the fourth referee board in the shape of a big bang, we can see the Hublot brand approximately 20 minutes during 1 month of World Cup, touching billions of people. Of course, those billions of people cannot afford all to buy a Hublot, but at least it's interesting that they know that Hublot is a watch brand. The other one is Ferrari. So Ferrari is more focused, let's say, on our consumer, potential consumer, is more prestige, transfer of prestige from Ferrari to Hublot. After that, we have many other partnerships, like we are entering now in golf, we are in art, we are in music, we are in boxing. But at the end, we are in all those different worlds because we believe that our consumer is also a multifaceted, multi-activity consumer. So one day he can go to watch a Grand Prix, he will see Ferrari with Hublot. One day he will go maybe to Las Vegas to see a boxing match, he will go to the World Cup. So at the end he has Hublot everywhere, and Hublot is part of his world, so it's normal for him to wear a Hublot watch.
Okay, I'm in your office here in Basel, and I just saw there is something with judo. Is it a new activity now, or are you an old, or have you doing judo when you were young?
No, in fact, it's a German, Alexander Wiczorek, who is a world champion.
Is the next thing you're attacking?
No, it's because he's a big fan of Hublot, and they gave me this present with a black belt of judo. And after we have many friends, you know, of the brands. Hublot is a big family, and many friends from different worlds, and judo is part of it.
Okay, I don't have to be scared now.
No.
Ricardo, let's talk about the things you're doing watch-wise now. We had an idea about the world. It's amazing. By the way, with football, you know, I'm not too much into football, but I understand your activities because football is everywhere. And I was amazed. It's a little story. I came home recently. I was in Switzerland. I flew home, and the airport in Geneva was empty. The airport in Vienna was empty. The roads in Vienna were empty. And I said, what the fuck happened? Football, Champions League. Everybody was looking Hublot, and this is okay. I understand this, and it is fascinating. And congratulations to you that you really. There's only one brand in football. That's Hublot, I think.
Yeah, I think, you know, when we started in 2004 together with Jean-Claude Biver, we said to ourselves, we must find a platform where nobody is virgin. So, of course, sports like golf or tennis were already taken. And we thought, why not football? Football is true, it's popular sport, but at the end, it touches a lot of people, and it touches also our potential consumer. And when we do an experience, so we will bring more than 1,000 people to the World Cup, this experience to live, even you like or you don't like really football, is really incredible.
Yeah, of course. So now let's talk about some products.
Yes.
You're very much concentrating on transparent watches. That seems to be a trend you have taken and put very much into the brand. Tell me about this fascinating world of transparent watches.
Yes, you know, Sapphire, this material is very difficult to work, difficult to manufacture. And we always dreamt to do a watch totally in Sapphire. And we have been able really to now, after many years, to industrialize the Sapphire and to be able to come with a watch totally in Sapphire. And we believe that it's interesting because at the end, the look, the aesthetic of the watch also at the same time is quite impressive, is quite different, and the result is amazing. And from the sales point of view, because at the end we must sell watches as well, and we believe that this trend of aesthetic, of transparency, of giving a new way of presenting the watch is really interesting for our future.
And do you really see a trend, people more and more being interested to have something on the wrist where they can, if they want, really see everything? It's like naked but still dressed.
Yes, I think, in our mechanical watches, I think that the transparency and to show the mechanics is important, because we must give spectacle to the watch. A normal watch, 3 hands, white dial, round, I think for me is not enough anymore. We must really bring something different. It can be sapphire, it can be through the mechanics, it can be through new colors. I think the strong identity of a product is really important.
Okay. Has anyone ever broken such a watch and brought it back in pieces? It happened?
It can happen, of course. The sapphire is very hard, but at the same time can be fragile.
Okay.
So, of course, if it falls down from, let's say, 1 or 2 meters on the floor, strong floor, it can break. But in this case, you change the components. You cannot repair, but you just exchange the components.
But it would also happen with a regular watch. If it falls on the glass, it will break.
Absolutely.
But it happened.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen.
Okay. Color-wise, you are always a trendsetter. You're always a little bit ahead in materials. We were talking transparency. Then you have been mixing, fusioning materials. Do you see any big trends coming? You have been presenting, or you are presenting a totally red watch. So, is there, in your opinion, any color you see in the industry, or are you looking for a special color you want to say this is the next trend and we are launching it?
No, I think the red ceramic was also something that we wanted to realize, because it's difficult to come with a bright, vivid, vibrant red, because the pigments that you put in the ceramic, and when you put in the oven, you can burn them. So it's an equilibrium between heat and pressure that we must find, and we have patented the manufacturing process. But of course, red is not going to be the new trend for all the watches, but to realize this performance was already something good. I would say today there is always the black color, which is Hublot, the black ceramic. I think now is a reference color in our industry, the black. And I would say the blue today is really on fashion. I think all the brands are doing blue watches.
You were one of the first doing it.
Exactly. And now we just don't do only the dye in blue. We do the blue ceramic, and we treated our movement with a blue PVD to have also even the movement in blue.
So you still see blue very strong as a trend?
I think I
black.
see. Yeah, black today is the standard.
Okay, yeah.
I would say it will remain forever, and blue I see it still.
Do you see any other color coming? If you look around, I can ask you because you're master of ceremonies.
I think, of course, if you talk women, I can see more colors coming in. But for men, I would say the transparency is a kind of color, because it's invisible. Yeah. So at the end, there is, I think, this trend of transparency that we can see that also other brands are trying to come.
That's difficult to follow.
That's difficult to follow because
you're mastering something that is pretty. You're ahead of time.
Yes, absolutely.
And in terms of women, what are women liking?
For Hublot, I think that we try to treat the woman with colors. Of course, we did the pop art, different colors. Now we're doing pink sapphire, blue sapphire for women. And through the materials, I think like the embroidery, for instance, putting the embroidery within a watch is something interesting. And also this concept that we have done with artists, like the tattoo artist, Sang Bleu, where we did, let's say, a men's version, now a ladies, and we see big success. I think you must come with a mix between aesthetic, colors, and material.
So you have to emotionalize a watch as much as possible.
And at the end also, again, strong identity, so that you see is really a Hublot that you are on your wrist, even for women.
Is Hublot still is Hublot still a men's brand, or has it become also a brand now for women?
I would say today
60, 40, 50?
No, it's 25-75, so 25% for women. And our goal is really to go maybe to 30-35, we'll see.
I thought it's more.
Yeah.
Or are more women? This could be women are wearing men's watches.
Absolutely, that's the good point, because if a woman buys a men's version, this I cannot track it. Probably it's around 30% if we include the men's watches that are sold to women.
I assume it's more, because there's some very attractive.
I'm doing the statistic really linked on only specific ladies model.
Since Hublot is also having watches that are now smaller, thinner, do you see that this is also necessary with Hublot, or is your clientele or your buyers really looking for the, let's say, bigger watches, the statement on the wrist?
No, I think, there is a limit that we have reached. I think, this kind of 48 millimeters diameter, I think is too much today. It's oversized. So we have our Unico Big Bang in 45, and now we came with a new version of the Unico with a thinner movement, smaller movement, and we come this Baselworld with a 42 millimeters. So I think, there is a trend of being ergonomic, but not only the size, I would say the weight also. So I believe that the lightness of the watch is also important today in our segment of luxury.
So you think it's not only it's size and weight, and if you if you can bring back both size and weight, you're on the right way.
It's what I believe, yes.
Okay, it's interesting, because you are always ahead of time. Hublot is giving the trends, and a lot of other copies. So I'm asking you, and now a lot of viewers will say, okay, thanks for the ideas. Some of your competitors will probably watch and say, oh, Ricardo, thank you. Last thing I want to talk about is the watch you have on your wrist. I was pretty astonished seeing a smartwatch on the wrist of Ricardo, and of course knowing that you have been presenting it yesterday. Yes. The purpose of doing is this a one-time shot for the football championship in Russia this year, or is it something that really is going to stay in your collection?
No, it's a one-time shot. It's going to be limited edition of 2018 pieces, because we're in 2018. And the request came from FIFA. So FIFA, they said, we want the referees to have a watch to really chronometer the time of football, and having the goal line technology included. So we said, why not? We are the sponsor. We must really come with something for them. And from there, we started to realize this watch. So it's a Big Bang that we will call referee. It's not a Big Bang connected. It's a Big Bang referee watch. And when we saw the watch, we said for the World Cup we could do a limited edition in which we have used, of course, the technology that exists in our group, thanks to TAG Heuer, because they have invested, a lot of money,
brain power
on it. So we used the basic model, but we added some applications, so a referee application and an application dedicated to the World Cup, where you will have all informations, alerts when the game is going on. So it's really interesting, I would say, for the fan of football and the fan of Hublot, but very limited. And the price is quite also in our positioning, so it's going to be around 5,000 euro, the watch.
Okay, but it's a one-time shot.
One-time shot.
Ricardo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. All the best. Then a lot of, a lot of good goals and good plays in Russia.
Absolutely.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
The
Thank
football,
you,
and the airports will be empty again. The roads will be empty again.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you, Alexander.
Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, and of course to like our videos.